What's good? It's Matt Clark here at the new Matt Clark. It's Friday night. And in my new lifestyle, I try not to go out on Friday nights or do anything on Friday nights. I find that Friday night energy is just a different energy than how I roll nowadays. So I stay home, relax, rest, and if I have any plans, I go out on the weekend. So I read in the comment, somebody asked me to do a video about life after lockup. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So it took me a long time to decide that I was done. You know what I'm saying? And I was in and out, in and out, in and out for years and years and years. And as people who've been watching prior know, totaled up 17 years, which was most of my adult life. I would literally get out. Most of the time I'd just go on the run. They'd put me in a halfway house. I'd go on the run. I just did not abide by any rules, conditions. It didn't matter. But, I come from a very straight family. Like everybody in my family is very square, except my older brother, who is doing a life sentence for 2 counts of murder. And, honestly, I started thinking, like, first off, I don't want to end up being in prison if one of my parents pass away. They're getting up there in age, and I just don't want that to happen. And how much stress do my parents deserve? You know what I mean? Like, just the amount of stress and court and crap that they've had to go through just is unfair. So I made the decision that I was going to stop being a pussy and blaming everybody else for my shit, and I was going to turn it around. So I was inside, and I just was not liking the trajectory of my life. People were treating me different all around, and I was used to being a guy who had a lot of respect, and it wasn't that people didn't respect me, but they just looked at me a little different, and I didn't like that. And that was what made me decide to change. Aside the fact that I was wasting my life and disappointing my family. So I just woke up one day and had decided that I was done. And honestly, since then, it's just been work. And sobriety is not free. It's not easy. And if you're a pushover, you're not going to make it. You have to grab it by the throat and take control of your life. This is not easy peasy pumpkin seasy. This is hard work, dedication, and commitment. There's a lot of things that you got to change. And I didn't realize that I would always come out and try to change a little bit. Like recently, anyways, the last few times I got out of prison, I would try to change, but I would still put myself back in the same life minus using. And within weeks, months, I would always cave. So it took me realizing that the people around me were part of the problem, and that the places that I was frequenting were also part of the problem. And once I changed all of that, it was amazing at how little of that crap I saw. And when you're in active use or in the criminal lifestyle, you live in a bubble, right? Like the amount of people that you deal with daily, monthly, you're dealing with such a small group of people in your life that you really gain a biased and negative opinion of people. And that's what happened to me. I started looking at people like they were pieces of crap and that you could trust no one. But then when I really started thinking about bigger picture, I started looking at the broader picture, and I saw that my siblings all had good friends, loyal friends. And it dawned on me that my mistake was thinking that the people that I knew and that I had been around all my life, that was everybody. That everybody behaved like that. And the reality is that's a very small percentage of people. So, a lot of us are worried. Like I knew as an addict all my life, I was worried about stopping and not having that fun and not having that social outlet to really release and enjoy my life. And maybe at the beginning that's how it started, where I was enjoying it, but towards the end, it was more of a job. It was beating me up. It was stripping my life away from me. It was tearing my soul down. It was turning me into a mean and negative person. And that was never who I was. Obviously I had times in my life where I maybe wasn't the nicest person, but I was always optimistic. I was always trying to be the positive person in the room and make everybody smile and laugh. And when I got to the point where I was wanting to fight people and just hated being around everybody, that was enough for me. So honestly, life after all of that has been amazing, you know, because once I started working towards change, doors just started opening for me. It was like the universe aligned and everything just started happening. So, you know, I was going to meetings and doing things like that, and then all of a sudden I got a job opportunity, and then things just boom, 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 and before long, you know, I had this great life. And I had met my woman, my beautiful, amazing woman, in treatment. And everybody was telling us the whole time, you guys are not going to make it. You can't. But we both have the same frame of mind. We both decided we were done. So everybody's telling us we're going to fail. We're now at 1 year. You know, so that's what I say to that. Anyways, life after all of that has been great. You know, sure, I work hard. I live a fairly boring lifestyle, you know, but I reward myself every day. You know, I see my bank account, my RSPs, I got my license, my credit card, like everything is just happening for me. You know, I've never felt so good in a long time. You know, I used to think feeling good was partying and being all doped up and living that kind of lifestyle, but you feel a lot better when you have something to be proud of. You've earned something. It's a totally different feeling, but it's a lot better, and I appreciate it a lot more. You know, you have to be a little different with the way you live. You can't be so frivolous or whatever with your money. You can't just throw money around, and you know, that's a change, but it is what it is. You know, I want to have a future, and there is no punk shit in this sobriety. It's just not the case. If you're weak, you will fail. You have to grab control of your life and take it back. Because regardless of what drug you're on, whether it's coke or heroin or any of those drugs, if you're weak, they're going to take you back. And that's just the bottom line. And I can't sit here and tell you today that I'll never use drugs again, because that would be naive, and that would be... I can't say dishonest, because it's possible, but I think it would be a little premature. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that every day you got to wake up in a positive frame of mind. You got to know that you're going to stay away from those negative influences. You're going to be cognizant at all times of what's going on in your brain, because that's what you need to do. You can't let yourself dip down into these negative trains of thought, and self-pity, and create this oppression for yourself. You just can't do that. And that's what I always did. I always put myself in this victim place, and basically justified my actions by the way I felt people were treating me, when really I was just a maniac. You know, like, why would people treat me differently? I didn't respect anybody really, except for the few chosen friends that I had. And I didn't respect anything, you know, so why would people want to be around me and stuff like that? And when I was young, when you're young and you're 20 and 18 or whatever, it's cool to live like that. You know, the girls like you and everybody, you know, is cool and kind of deals with it. But as you get older, people grow more and more distant, and you'll watch your friends that you really are your real friends, the ones that are your real friends, slowly start drifting away because they're building families and lives for themselves, and they can't put that at risk. And at first, I was angry at them, but I sat back and I realized, you know, they can't jeopardize that for their loyalty to me. They have families, kids, and all that stuff, and that's got to be their priority. So it took all these slaps in the face for me to really realize what was going on and what I needed to do to change my life. You know, sobriety is an SOB. It's never going to be easy. You're going to be working on it for the rest of your life. Criminal lifestyle, that's a difficult change. It's totally different world, you know. But I'd like to just say that you won't be disappointed. You know what I mean? Like, I just keep to myself. I know that I don't believe in a lot of things a lot of people believe in, right? and I don't really still fit into the society's definition of the norm, but I'm cool with that. I just want to do my own thing, build my own life, and help as many people as I can with my story. And that's all I want to do. You know, that's my motivation. And me and my girl hopefully one day build a family, and I'm just able to, you know, enjoy life for the last half. So I just want to say that I appreciate each and every one of the 555 subscribers. We're growing every day. It doesn't matter. It's not a numbers thing for me. I do want to get to 1,000, but you know, it doesn't matter how long it takes. All that matters is that we're helping people. People are taking advice and gaining wisdom from this. And you know, I hope each and every one of you who's trying to change your life had a successful day today. And I hope the people that are caught up in the goddamn prison system, I wish you all the best of luck. I love each and every one of you, and all of you that are struggling with addiction, I love each and every one of you. Hit me up on Instagram, DM me if you want at the new Matt Clark. If you have a question, I'll try to answer it if I feel like I have the knowledge to do so. And I'll continue to make the best videos I can. So please hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. The new Matt Clark.